Hey guys, welcome back. So in the past, I've had some people ask me where they can install a gauge or how they can install a gauge, etc. There's not that many options for the F10 right now. You have to go custom first of all, and you either have to drill the holes into your steering column to put like the Mickey Mouse style here, or you have to drill holes in your dash. It's something that involves drilling, unfortunately. Then you have the P3 gauge, which goes right here in the AC vent, and it goes up for over $300, and it takes up your OBD2. So some people may not be okay with that. Well, Arc Terminator came up with a solution for you, and it's this right here. The gauge pod is going to go right in the defroster vent on the dash. So this is a similar situation to when I was helping them with the F10 ground cable upgrade. This is a prototype right here, but it's so close to the final version that they gave me the green light to just do a quick review on it for you guys. But basically, you have a lower piece which replaces the vent right here on the dash, and then you have the pod itself. And you see it in here, there's a hole. You run your cables right through there. You still maintain your functionality of the defroster because these are still vented, as you can see. But now you have a place to mount your gauge, and it's reversible. All right, guys, so step one is to remove the defroster vent right here on the dash. And for that, you're going to need trim tools like this. I'm going to start with this one here. It's a nice narrow blade. You want to get in under the front of the vent and the back of the dash here. So let's see. There you go. And it's only held in with these 4 tabs. Now, mind you guys, when Arc Terminator sends you the gauge pod, it is going to come in 2 pieces. I've already put this down. I want to show you guys how easy it is to install it, even if you have it all assembled. What you want to do is you want to put in the front tabs first, and then click these down in the back. So you're going to see here. You see there, the fronts are already under the dash, ready to go. And then we just need to push down on the back tabs here. That simple. So here we are from my driving position here. You notice the orientation of the gauge pod is dead on towards my head. So that's perfect. Now that you have a great spot to install your gauge, now it's a matter of installing that gauge. Now I'm not going to get into the procedure of how to install a gauge because obviously it's going to change between what gauge you decide to install, whether it's an oil temperature, boost gauge, air fuel ratio, etc. Installation is going to differ. And also same type of gauges will vary installation depending on what brand you're using because they'll have different equipment, whether it's electric, mechanical, etc. So we're not going to get into that, but I still want to give you guys an idea of what it looks like with a working gauge on it. So I'm going to throw in one of my old boost gauges from one of my previous cars just to give you an idea. I'm just going to hook it up to power and ground. I'm not going to actually hook it up inside, but I just wanted you guys to see it because I'm excited to see it as well. The one thing I did want you guys to be aware of is that once you take this off, you see that you would assume that this was soft and then you can just snake your harness for the gauge underneath here. But that is actually pretty solid. It's hot glued into place, I guess. And I went ahead and removed all this stuff just so I can give you guys a better look of what's going on underneath, right? So there's the ductwork for the defroster up here. And unfortunately, it is sealed all around. It does not come apart right there. That's actually just a support piece for it. It does not feed from here. It looks like it gets its ducting from further down in the dash, so can't really do that. So really the only way to get your harness through in order for you not to have any cables out would be for you to come up here with the drill and drill up in there with like a 1/4 inch drill bit so that you can have a 1/4 inch hole here and then you can snake your cables in there. So that's one option. The other option that does not involve any drilling, which is what I would be doing, is this here. So you guys see here, it is my boost gauge. So when you first put in your gauge, obviously you run your cables down underneath it. So you can drill out the vent like I showed you, or what I'm going to do is, you see, if you look at it this way, you have these vents, obviously, because it's still a functional defroster vent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to snake the harness by the back of the gauge pod here. You see here, the harness is going to come out the back side of it. And then the goal is to just go ahead and tuck this in at the base of the A-pillar in the dash and just snake it down into the dash that way. And now with the harness out here, you can go ahead and run it under the dash, put the cover back in here, and the only place where you would actually see the cable is right there. Which when you're all the way up here, I mean, I barely see it. It doesn't bother me at all. All right, so this is how it looks in the dark from my seating position. And look how easy to read that is in this direction. It's beautiful. Here it is with the lights on. Alright guys, so there you have it. You see how easy it is to install this Arc Terminator Gauge Pod. They made it very easy, very convenient, and totally reversible for you guys. They should be releasing it sometime soon, so take a look at the description below. I'll have the link to their website for it. I'm not making any money on this. This is really me just helping them get products out to the F10 community. And they've been really cool to work with. Their customer service is great, so I definitely recommend them. Go take a look. And this way, it's a very affordable method for you to be able to add whatever gauge you want and not spend a ton of money, all while keeping your OBD2 port available to do whatever you need. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful to you guys. And if it was, please give me a like, consider subscribing. And like I always say, more projects coming for the F10 and the Jetta. Thank you so much.